Hi Leo, welcome to your Tarot Tag Tuesday Unfinished Business reading. Well, all right, let me put it differently. Welcome to Tarot Tag Tuesday. The topic is unfinished business, and I have tagged, okay, I like this better, and I have tagged Serendipity Tarot. So hopefully she picks up the tag, but even if she doesn't, be sure to check her out and show her some love. That's Ashley at Serendipity Tarot. All right, everything else you need to know about this reading is in the description box below. And if this is about you and another person, this could resonate with their moon, rising, or Venus sign as well as yours. Okay, all right. All right, Leo, what is your unfinished business? This is in kind of apropos for the times because we just finished, or we're finishing up a Venus retrograde on June 25th, and we started a Mercury retrograde on June 18th. So that's stuff coming back up that might need to be reckoned with. All right, we got strength. There's Leo there. Well, hello. 5 of Swords. Okay. Knight of Swords. That could be Aquarius. The Moon, Pisces or Cancerian. 4 of Swords. 4 of Wands. Hello. Queen of Wands. That could be Aries. Okay, so what is going on with Leo here? All right. So that's a 9, right? So we got 9, 8, 9. We got 2 4s and a 5. All right. Having trouble maybe focusing. Well, we all are, aren't we? Page of Wands. That's because we're constantly under that vigilant mindset. Everybody's kind of on alert right now, to say the very least. So having trouble sleeping, yeah, not uncommon right now. Having a lot on your mind, not uncommon. Lacking focus, not uncommon. All right, whoopsie. So this is going to give you a chance. Perhaps you've already been taking the time to really kind of think and delve into something that you're just happy to do so. You're like more than willing to give something the time needed to think it through and to just let it play out. You're done kind of scurrying around and having to deal with things for other people, not for you. It's this 5 of Swords. This 5 of Swords. 2 of Wands. All right. So this quite possibly could be somebody that you feel like kind of quite literally cut off your future chances together because of unsavory behavior, behavior that was not in keeping with your moral values, cheating, betrayal, someone just not being willing to do what it takes to maintain a positive, connected partnership, friendship, business relationship, or romantic relationship. Something about partnership here. So all right, this could be about issues of you just feeling like, okay, I can't figure out what to do for my own future. Could be that as well. What's this Knight of Swords? I don't know what I want to do going forward. I don't know how to move forward with this. And you've been giving it time and letting it kind of, just, all right, well, I'm going to live my life and do me. But there's still this question of what do we do going forward? What decisions can I make about my choices for the future? And you haven't come up with any answers. It could very well be that you feel stuck. Can't see a way forward yet. What's this Knight of Swords? What's this Knight of Swords? Ace of Wands. All right. So this, okay. What's this Moon card about for Leo? What's this Moon card about? 5 of Wands. Didn't we have a 5? No, we didn't. We had a 4 of Wands and a 5 of Swords. Okay. It kind of feels like I like that we have the Strength card here, and I like that because it could be a knee-jerk reaction to go out and start something new, to get ahead of something and just go off and do the new thing, distract yourself, but you're not doing that, which is good. You're letting it kind of sit and you're wanting to deal with something, but part of that also is because you don't feel like doing it. You don't know what to make of it, so you just kind of you're distracting yourself with other things, or you're just like, well, I guess it's just going to sit there and I'm going to go off and do something else. I'm not going to lose my productivity or my own life over something that's kind of so this again, this is about a way forward and not being able to quite come up with what to do, so it might make you a bit reactionary. And it could very well be that it's hung up on this issue that what someone did caused a lot of strife and struggle for you, and there was no way for you to move forward. You couldn't see a way to move forward. You couldn't plan anything. You couldn't do anything. You couldn't count on this person. There were way too many questions unanswered. There was no truth. Just all around boxed in, no matter where you looked. And it's made you kind of shy about attaching perhaps to someone else or trusting someone else, because it was everywhere you turned, there was just issues. That you couldn't do this, you couldn't do that. Someone was jealous. It was just, God, ugh. So anyway, that in turn, we all know that has the effect of making you doubt yourself after a while, when you've got someone that's constantly boxing you in and corralling you and not letting you be independent and do you. And your knee-jerk reaction is just to break free and start and do something else. Well, you're not doing that. Good for you. So you're not doing it reactionary, but you're also lacking direction, movement forward, because perhaps there's a lack of trust here. Boy, it's coming down to that with everybody, lack of trust. What's this 4 of Swords here? What's this 4 of Swords? 5 of Pentacles. Oh. Okay, this speaks to anxiety and needing to make peace with. So perhaps because of somebody being so controlling, we have dominion here. And it's like they did what they wanted, but you couldn't do what you wanted. You couldn't build any trust. You couldn't see any future or way forward. And it might have made you quite reactionary. On the other hand, you might have a lot to say about someone starting a relationship behind your back, or just kind of casting you aside and doing something new. And you're like, wait, what happened? So you're still really angry and conflicted about that, because you can't seem to really want to connect to anybody else or trust anybody else, because of the way you were just kind of just like, wait, what the heck happened? This person had all the control, and they just cut off everything, no communication, and they're off and doing whatever. What about me? What about what I've done for you? What about what we had? So, and yes, I'm turning this into romantic, but this could also be friendship, business. Like, what about my employee loyalty? But this is just feelings of feeling stuck, because even though you're busy and you do things, for the Leos I'm reading for, you're having a hard time kind of charting a course for yourself and investing in something new. And this speaks to anxiety and worry and not being able to get any rest from that unquiet mind that is not addressed yet. That this could be residual. This could be PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, or discontent. I should know that. I think it's because they're calling it something PTSI or PTSS now. Anyway, this is residual stress after the fact of a traumatic experience that needs to be addressed. And it could also be the solution, as far as, and I don't mean to simplify it, and I hate it when people do that. Just don't worry about it. Just give it a rest. Okay. Thank you for that. It could be as simple as that for some of you. Certainly valid. I just don't want to minimize it. So this could be like, you know what, there's only so much you can control. This person, what they did was about them. It wasn't personal, which can be hurtful and also quite liberating, because how they behaved had nothing to do with what you did. You could have given them the moon and back, and they still would have chose differently, because it speaks to their character, their choices, their dynamic. So this isn't about you taking ownership for that or wanting to know why, as much as accepting that it happened and that it wasn't a reflection on what you did or didn't do, or what you gave or didn't give, or that you weren't enough. This is just someone that, it's about them. It's this 4 of Wands. That's good. It's this 4 of Wands. Yay. This could be working from home. This is working at home, investing in yourself, a lot of downtime at home. This is home being a very productive sanctuary for you. So, okay, so you're kind of stressed out about your way forward or what to do. This could be you kind of inventing a job to do at home. Fortifying your home base, being and feeling secure at home. Which everybody should be so lucky, right? What's this Queen of Wands? That could be Aries. What's this Queen of Wands for Leo? Justice. That could be Libra. Wow. Okay. So this would speak to in you doing that and you not staying stuck and you kind of letting go of wanting answers or letting go of hiding behind, well, I can't trust anybody because, and being very deservedly so angry at someone kind of robbing you of your future choices. And being willing to kind of just start doing whatever and making your own choices and risking and failing and getting back up and doing whatever. And it's still progress and movement forward. It's still making your own choices. Is it making the right choice? Who knows? You never get it right, so you never get it wrong, whatever. But it's you taking the power back because, hello, taking the power back, and that's where the justice is made. You're not going to get justice from this situation or this person. You might have been giving it time and kind of just letting it play out, but that's also kind of falls into getting complacent and avoiding, which can kind of just keep you going laterally and stuck and not creating authentically, right? And not that we have to be out there winning every day, but it can lead to feeling stuck because you're still kind of machinating and working that over in your mind, all of that drama and how someone just completely kind of railroaded things and took away your power and efficacy in the situation. And you're not going to get justice from that. You're going to create justice by doing you and fortifying yourself, and lo and behold, you might start working from home. You might find a hobby you can turn into something. This is having efficacy, power, and sanctuary in your own home, and it being very healing and turning the ship around to where you feel empowered again and you take the control back in your life. Because this right here is giving something time to work out, but it's keeping you connected to it still because you've still got these feelings of frustration and anger and sadness and just being mad at somebody for not being what they should have been for you, which is valid, but it's not going to change it. So just know that when you are ready, I'm not saying, well, you need to get over it. I'm not saying that. I'm not positivity Polly here. We're like realistic Ruthie. When you're ready, it is something that you're going to have to work to give yourself that break and take your mind off of it. And when you get that anxiety and that, when you start to get there are things around your home for you to work on. That's what this is saying, quite literally. Your home is your sanctuary. This is about being able to turn that into a place of mindful productivity, or at least where you do the majority of your work. Could be spiritual only and you still keep your day job, but there's something really gratifying about you being able to either work from home, or when you come home from work, that's where you do the majority of your day's work, because it's world building spiritually for you. It's reconnecting with yourself. It's you working on yourself, working things out. It's very soothing and quite the blessing for you to be able to be at home and ground yourself right now. So just saying, home is definitely a sanctuary that might be offering a hidden opportunity for income. Keeps coming up. I'm just going to say it. Keeps coming up. But this frustration and fear and sadness gets transmuted to you creating your own justice. You being able to kind of not be angry about this anymore, being released from the frustration and anger. Because for one, you simply don't have time to anymore because you're out doing you. And you've got enough distance. Perhaps it is just time, but you'll get enough distance from it to where it's not going to be a sore spot, because part of the underlying thing right here is feeling powerless and feeling like you couldn't advocate for what you wanted, or that you couldn't, that after all you did, it didn't matter. You were disregarded here. So you certainly get that back here. The answer to that is you creating for you, and then you mattering to them and being valued, and what doesn't matter anymore because you're creating that yourself. And not that the answer is to go it alone for the rest of the future and just do for yourself. No, there's partnership here, but the feelings of frustration and kind of not wanting to get too close to somebody or still being very angry at someone for not doing right by you, eventually over time, when you're able to set that down and your home gets to be your own sanctuary again, you are going to be able to create new experiences that give you enough distance from that to where it doesn't have a hold on you anymore. This feels like work from home. I'm just going to say it. This feels like either you starting a work from some kind of job at home, a spiritual base, whatever. But this feels like you doing your own thing, you creating your own profession. Just saying, that's one of the byproducts coming out of this. Okay, all right. What else for? Because what better way to take your power back than to be able to create your own job for yourself and to love what you do and do what you love and work from home. Totally empowering. What else for Leo here? What else for Leo? The World. Okay. Yeah. This is coming to completion, and this also could speak to what we're all dealing with right now, to be honest. But as far as for you personally, this is something that might just take time to come full circle. And certainly by no means that you have to take responsibility. No, it's going to run its course. But just know that it's on its way to being completed. And this is just one of those cycles for you that it's going to be done when it's going to be done. You're more than capable of handling it. There just might be some feelings of frustration that you're trying to manage right now. And one of the solutions offered could be that just setting aside a time where you get to worry about that, but then the rest of the day gets to be yours and what you want to do mentally. Not, well, I'm just going to walk off the job or, not disregarding responsibilities, but just being like, okay, from this time to this time is my day to really kind of just about that. But then after that, that's when I get to leave it there until tomorrow and I go get to pay attention to other things now. It's very freeing. You know what I mean? Okay, all right. So, the World. So this is a cycle that's coming to fruition and close for you. It's definitely, you're coming full circle with it. It just might take a little bit more time. Thank God for you being patient. I like that this is going to sit on that because this is that frustration with stop-start, not being able to start that new thing, not knowing what to do, and yeah. Okay. This one. All right. What else for Leo? Whoopsie. That's for Leo. This keeps coming up. Mystical. Maybe that's something you decide to start from home, There's definitely kind of cultivating on the back burner here. That's that whole finding peace and contentment and cultivating a few things spiritually for you, like getting in touch after all the busyness and drama dies down. You're able to reconnect with yourself spiritually. But other than that, this keeps coming up. Mystical. I'll put this over here because you can see it better right there. Mystical. Okay, I'm just going to leave that because I don't want to downplay it. It doesn't, other than speaking to spiritual reconnection and kind of being, meditating and doing some maybe that's what this is taking this time that you can and taking that mental break, and instead of it going towards managing this, it moves away from that, gets transmuted to developing and cultivating a spiritual awareness and connection. All right. Can't see it. There it is. What else for Leo? In the stillness lies the answers. Something like that. 3 of Swords, grieving. Okay. 5 of... Okay. So we got 5 of Swords on its side. And grieving. So you're figuring things out and you're grieving and you're giving it time, which you should, which is ideal, actually. You're being patient with yourself. If you're not, you should be. But it's going to take time. You're getting that awareness. You're going to be able to put it in its place very soon. Haven't come full circle yet, but it's coming. And you've got this, you're ready to get out there and get after it when you're ready. Or not. Either way, it's going to be your choice, though. This is going to be within your creation, instead of you reacting and being frustrated and feeling like you're boxed in and you can't trust and you're still mad that somebody kind of robbed those 5 years from you or whatever. That's going to leave you, because you are going to be fully in charge and have your own agency when this cycle is complete for you. So don't be surprised if these feelings come up, and it's just going to take time. It's going to run its course. It would help to give yourself a mental break from the worry. Not quite there yet, but it's coming. You're about halfway through it. Not really. It's just on its side. It's half. You're making progress. And you're coming to terms with being able to let it go and put it in its proper place. So 3 kicks to butter. Don't quit. What that means, just going to tell you, Grandmama Rose, and I think I told Libra and Sagittarius this story, but your 3 kicks to butter, don't quit. There was a frog, and he dove headfirst into a butter churn that was full of thick cream, and he started to drown. And he started flailing and carp flopping about and was like, help me, help me. And all of his froggy friends got around the butter churn and was like, they noticed that with him flailing and panicking and kicking, he started to make a solid. It was started to get thicker and thicker, and he wasn't sinking so much. And they started shouting, keep going, keep going. And he kept kicking and flailing and wrestling with his problem, right? And then here comes the wise old, Grandma Rose frog that peeks over and says, keep going, your 3 kicks to butter. And next thing you know, here's this big solid mound that he can actually jump off of and spring out, because he didn't quit. He didn't give up, and he kept working, trying to figure out his problem. 5 of Swords, trying to make sense of it, figure it out, and until it did, and then he was able to let it go. Well, that's the 3 of Swords, but anyway, 3 kicks to butter. Keep going, don't quit. Leos, don't quit. I know that. Just saying. You're almost there. It's a good thing you're patient. It's a good quality to have. Shutting up. I hope this was helpful. Please enjoy your 3 kicks to butter. Looks like you're taking the time with the process. Much love to you. Be sure to check out Serendipity Tarot. Much longer than I usually go these days, but I hope you got something out of it. And I hope to see you in the next reading. You take care.